Welcome back, boxing fans. This is Black Vengeance 28. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I want to have a conversation with the YTBC. Not just the YTBC. This goes out to any sports fan or in general, anybody who comes across this video and feels as strongly as I do about the subject of when it comes to race and the black athlete. And obviously, as you can hear in the background, my man BB is definitely going to help me. He is an excellent tone setter for a conversation such as this. You know, growing up, I was an 80s kid. I'm not that old. I'm 33 years old, I lived through the 90s, the early 90s, the late 90s. I've watched so many evolution, so many genres evolve, from hip-hop to art to just television. What is socially acceptable, what is not. And, when it comes to boxing, when it comes to combat sports, when it comes to the subject of race, I get a little sad. And here's why. I see a guy such as Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder fight a guy who a lot of people, when the fight was initially announced, kind of downplayed this opponent. But Deontay and his team said, no, we're going to go ahead around with this bout. I mean, everybody wanted him to fight Alexander Povetkin. I do. I'm one of them. But Deontay goes in there and he fights. And he shows versatility. And albeit I know a lot of people will say there were gaping holes in Deontay's fighting style and his ability, but the guy nevertheless went into the ring and he fought. He gave an exciting performance. And as I've been checking in the YTBC, the videos that have been coming out as of late, nothing but extreme criticism for Deontay's performance. And it just makes me sad because I see beyond the words, or when these people in these videos start talking about what Deontay didn't do, what he could have done better, and all I hear is fear. And it's the same old story. Now I know a lot of people who listen to this video who are well educated in the sense that they know about life. I'm not talking about academic education. I'm talking about life education. They know where I'm going with this, and they know why these people fear the success of a black athlete, both in his personal life and his professional life. And that just doesn't apply to men. Look at Venus Williams. Look at the Serena sisters. These are beautiful women, and they are disrespected left and right publicly. Now listen, we don't have to go back and mention the whole Ronda Rousey situation, but we all know that the sports world, the sports writers in particular, owed Venus and Serena a huge apology. I mean, they called this Ronda Rousey the most dominant female athlete ever. How disrespectful is that? Ever. I mean, you guys understand what, ever means? That's saying that this woman has tackled every opponent ever put in front of her. which, might I add, as we very well know, what happened towards the end of the summer, she did not. But this is saying that somebody has perfected their craft so much and in a way that no matter what comes at them, they will always dominate, always be at the top. Let's take a look. Now, I'm going to go back to Ronda Rousey and Serena. But let's take a switch to football, okay? Let's take a real good look at football. Now, I know a lot of Tom Brady fans, and I've talked to them. They're probably one of the most fanatical I've ever encountered. But let's look at the brother Cam Newton this season in the NFL. He has done something that a lot of people doubted he would ever be able to do. And every week when you read the headlines of the sports writers, what is it? It's disdain. It's second guessing. It's critiquing his every move. If he parties too hard in the end zone, or he doesn't congratulate his opponent that he beat, mind you, enough for beating them, which is mind-boggling to me, then he's arrogant and selfish. But Tom Brady can be labeled, quote-unquote, Psycho Tom, and the fighter's competitive spirit, and a hard ass on the sidelines, and be congratulated. And it's not just Tom Brady. Peyton Manning is congratulated in the same sense. But Cam Newton is critiqued. I mean, unfortunately, again, we had Cam Newton go up against Russell Wilson, two young, very, very dedicated athletes, and good men, might I add. They went against each other, and Russell Wilson is also another athlete that does not get the credit that he deserves. He's always second guessed to someone he came into the league with, Andrew Luck. Why is Andrew Luck given so much more praise than Russell Wilson? Again, think about this, people. Now, as I said before, I was going to go back to Serena and the Ronda Rousey situation. We all know what that's about. If we go back and we look at our country's history when it came to the degradation of the black woman, either in film or sports, we all know why Ronda Rousey was promoted over Serena. It is an inferiority complex, and I don't need to go into what that inferiority complex is, because we all know that when our people, the original people, were taken from their homeland, what those white enslavers on those ships did to the beautiful sisters that they took from Africa. You know, it's just, the black woman is captivating. She is seductive. Everything about her just oozes something that you need to know and you need to be near. So Ronda Rousey gets promoted and put on this pedestal and told that she can do no wrong. And she's, just as quickly as she came, she went. Now look at boxing. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Now I don't need to talk to a lot of the seasoned YouTube boxing community subscribers and people who are on here doing videos, because you guys know where this is going. We all know what Manny Pacquiao was promoted as, and we all know why he was promoted and why he was pushed so hard as the guy that was going to do it. He was going to put that black man in his place in the ring. He was going to shut everybody up. But alas, as quick as he came, he went. Now we have to deal with fighters like Triple G's fan base, who, and I really can't blame all of Triple G's fan base. I gotta look at everyone collectively, because let's be real. These drones who come out and spew racist, radical remarks to us on our videos and when we talk about Triple G, they would not feel as bold if we were not collectively together, strong as a unit, working to say, listen, no matter what you say, no matter how you try to poison us, we will not play your game. But again, the black athlete, we will always, just like the black athlete is hated, the black fan will be hated even more. And do you know why, people? Because the black fan has the final say. These athletes can't make money unless the black fan supports them. You know, again, I always like to say this: hit them where it hurts, and where it hurts is the pockets. You don't think that these racist, Neanderthalic, cave-dwelling, people look at things and say, hey, let's hit them where it hurts. Let's call them the N-word. Let's distract them from what's really going on. When Deontay Wilder has a fight on pay-per-view, I encourage all of the brothers and sisters to buy that pay-per-view. If a black athlete is talked about in the media, don't watch these negative publications. Don't read these negative writers who just, their whole sole purpose is to bring down the man. Let's talk about something that's more. Let's promote how this black athlete lives their life, or how they got to this moment. Let's focus on the story of what they represent to some young man in the inner city who does not know any better. Who, when he turns on that TV and he watches him every Friday, Saturday night, he thinks to himself, I can be him. Listen, they've had Superman and comic books and everything else. Why can't we have our heroes? And that's what we need to stand up and talk about. So I know I probably rambled on a little bit. And if anybody disagrees or agrees, please feel free. I love to engage in conversation when it comes to how socially my people are accepted or not accepted. And how I don't give a damn. And how I will engage in the utmost. If you want to talk about tribalism, absolutely, without a doubt, I will engage in that without any remorse. Because I feel that if we don't support our own, who will? It's okay for the Mexican fan base to root for Mexican fighters. It's okay for the Ukrainian fan base to root for Ukraine fighters or athletes. Why isn't it okay for African Americans to root for African Americans? I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Let me know what you guys think. This is Black Avengers 28, and I just want to wish everybody a good night. Till next time. Peace.